Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to Business. Ghana's cocoa industry regulator, Cocoa Board, is expected to soon take over the management of shea nuts and cashew in the country. The move is part of efforts to allow government to provide financial assistance to farmers interested in shea nut and cashew production, as well as regulating pricing for the commodities. Deputy Trade and Industry Minister Carlos Ahenkra disclosed this to Joy Business in an interview.
Our shea nut quantities here are not as much as it's been required by both the foreign exporters and of course the local producers. Unfortunately, this bucket has been relegated to people who indulge in export business over the years. So recently when I think some investors came into the country to decide to do some production here locally. So that is changing the dynamics a little bit. But here is a case whereby people who are into the production of shea would want to get a little bit of money where they can. So if the exporters are paying a little bit more, they sell to the exporters. If the local producers are paying a little bit more, they'll sell local. But you see that almost always the equation is tilted towards those who are exporting. It is a very sad situation. But I can assure shea nut producers here in Ghana that very soon government is coming up with a program where shea nut handling would be akin to what happens in the cocoa industry. The Cocoa Board has been given a mandate to take charge of shea nut and also coffee. So with regards to how cocoa is marketed, produced, purchased and marketed outside, we're going to see how we can develop a trend where the same thing will apply to the shea nut industry and even cashew. So I would say that let us look at situations where we can get better strains to develop, or shorten the yield time and cultivate larger hectares to also get more quantities within the country.
Now, Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG, says it has paid some 2 billion Ghana cedis to depositors, including microfinance and savings and loans companies, from a bond cash it received from the Bank of Ghana. This development, according to CBG, should help deal with liquidity challenges in the financial sector. Recently, the Bank of Ghana said it had made available cash receipts from a bond issued in the name of Consolidated Bank Ghana. Here's Managing Director of the bank, Daniel Addo, who spoke to Joy Business.
It has been a long and arduous journey, even though it's just under a year. But it has been really tough. We've had to put in long hours. We've had to take some difficult decisions. But I'm glad to say that we have a bank now that is strong, liquid, very stable, widely distributed. Our footprint is 114 branches across the entire length and breadth of this country. There are 2 bonds that were issued. We received the cash for one bond in November, another bond that was issued for the second batch of the banks. We've also received cash for it. That's why I say we're liquid. We're probably the most liquid bank in this country at this point in time. We've worked in close contact with the official receiver and the Banking Supervision Department of the Bank of Ghana to ensure that we are paying the right people, we're paying them on time. That process has also been smooth, and I'm sure you haven't received any negative feedback.
And that's all in business for now. We'll bring you some more business later in the bulletins. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. Back to Pennies.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. You're watching News Desk with me, Bernice Abubedulan. So do stay with us. We'll bring you more shortly. Thanks so much for staying here on News Desk. Before I go, news just coming in. The Public Utilities Regulatory Commission has increased water tariffs by 8.01% effective July 1. The PURC had earlier announced an 11.17% increase in electricity tariffs, saying this was to ensure that power sector players remain financially viable. We've got details of this for you later during the midday news, but that'll be it for this edition of News Desk with me, Bernice Abubedulan. Up next is JoyNews Interactive. Do stay. News.